You will manifest faster than ever by understanding the secret mechanism, the secret three-stage mechanism behind the wall of assumption. So my friend, you might have tried manifesting and like watching countless of videos on the wall of assumption and trying to experience the feeling of your wish fulfilled, but you find yourself getting in these states of frustration, doubting, and skepticism. And it's like you're doubting when you actually manifest and experience what you're attracting to yourself. So if you find yourself in this situation, well, with this video, you'll see the stages. Like this is the second stage you go through, and you'll see that this is actually okay. Like the doubt, the frustration, the skepticism you experience, this is part of the whole process. And my intention is to, with the content of this video, with the three stages I will share with you, that the intention is that you see how you're already attracting what you want in your life. So the better you understand these three stages, the faster you manifest what you want. So if this sounds like something interesting to you and you wanna have more clarity and security behind the mechanism of the wall of assumption, stay with me until the end, and I'm sure you like this so much. So with that being said, let's directly begin. Hey there, I'm Daniel from Soulful Relationships, and you might have heard Neville Goddard and other manifestation teachers talk that the feeling, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled is all that you have to do. And like when people ask Neville Goddard, what do you have to do between the assumption of your feeling of your wish fulfilled and the realization of that wish, he said, nothing, it's an illusion. So how does that work? Well, this is exactly what we will go through in this video. It's literally nothing. Like there is nothing you need to do behind manifesting your desire, but there is a three-stage process you need to understand, which will help you see on which stage you are, so that you can become more proficient in assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So, and this thing that I've discovered, this mechanism that I will tell you about, it's basically what I have seen as a pattern in my life from the last 5 years. I've been studying manifestation from many different teachers. Vadim Zeland, Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard at this stage, Dr. Joe Dispenza, David Hawkins, and all of them talk about the same thing, but there is like, you always go through these three stages. Like when you actually want to manifest something, and when you reach the state in which you actually experience it in your life physically, you go through these three stages. So again, if you have been feeling frustrated, doubtful, and skeptical, my friend, this is okay. It is part of the process. So the better you can accept this, the more easily you go through this stage. And now let's go directly into the stages so that you can see and you can find yourself, you can see on which stage you are and how to go to the next one. So the first stage is basically the willful assuming or controlled imagination. It's like, okay, you have a new desire, you have a new inspiration, and it's like you want to experience something in your life. You want to manifest a specific person in your life, you want to manifest a new job opportunity, you want to manifest a new business, or like you want to manifest a new friendship, whatever it is. You have some exciting and inspiring idea in your mind of what you want to manifest. And in this first stage, it's basically what you do here, it's basically trying to reach the state, the feeling of your wish fulfilled in your imagination. That's why it's controlling imagination. So how you do that? Well, there are so many different methods, and you really need to find yours. But I have found these three questions work great for myself and for many of the people I shared it with. So the first one is, how would I feel if what I desired was already the case? So how would you feel if what you wanted to manifest was already the case? It was already a fact in your 3D reality, in your sensual experience. And so this question requires contemplation. You cannot just ask it and like expect to get an answer, because the answer you need to get, it's actually a feeling. So it's like something that will come up from inside of your body. It's not something that you think about. The purpose of thinking in this first stage is to get you to the state of feeling. So all thinking, all imagining acts are there to get you to the state of feeling. And then another question that works great is, what would I know to be true about myself? Like, how would my self-image shift if what I experienced was already the case? What would I believe about myself? How would other people perceive me? What new character traits and qualities they would recognize in me as part of this feeling of my wish already being fulfilled? So, like, what are the belief systems I will have about myself? All of that is the second question. What would I know to be true about myself? And again, the purpose of this is so that you come up with some affirmations, some ways of perceiving your new self-image that create this feeling and you're able to sustain it. And then the third question that I have and works great is basically, how would I see myself again? It's similar, like, what would change? Because if I were the person who already experienced the feeling of my wish fulfilled, and like all the manifestations in my life were there as a proof to that feeling, I would obviously see myself in a different light. So what would be different? Again, like, if I were to be in a relationship with my specific person, what would change? What would be different? How would I know myself to be? What would I believe about myself? Would it be something like, I deserve all the love and like I deserve to be cherished from my specific person. My specific person cares about me every day and shows their love, and I can see this clearly in her behavior towards me, or in his behavior towards me. Or if it's a business, for example, you want to manifest. I know I attract only people who are a good fit to work with me, and I know that like my clients speak good about me and they refer me to other people who find me. See, again, these are beliefs that you might have about yourself when your wish was already fulfilled, if you want to manifest some form of business. So whatever you want to manifest, you need to imagine those beliefs that would be facts when your manifestation was already realized, it was already the case. Because this will help you become clear of this feeling. And again, the feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard says that the feeling is the secret. So whatever you have to do to reach the feeling of your wish fulfilled in your imagination, in your imaginal acts, well, this is what you need to do. And how I practice this in my life specifically, well, every time I go to sleep, just before I drift to sleep, I imagine all the feelings of all the things I want to attract to myself. So it's like I take something like 30 minutes before actually drifting off to sleep to create those feelings in my body and experience them as if they were the case, and then in a way support them with the belief systems that I would know to be true about myself when my wish was already fulfilled. And all of this is, again, controlled imagination, willful assuming. You focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled and all the belief systems that support this feeling, so that you maintain this feeling, you intensify it in your body. And this, my friend, this is the first stage, which will get you naturally to the second stage. And the second stage is like the stage of transition and letting go. What does that mean? Well, again, if you find yourself feeling frustrated, doubting, or skeptical, this is the second stage. Because when you assume a heightened state, a more advanced state of being, like a higher state of frequency, a heightened emotion, well, what will happen is that this heightened emotion will naturally allow for all the repressed negative feelings in your body to come up. So let's say this is your natural state now, and you're assuming a new state of being, which is higher than your natural state. And down there you have your repressed feeling. So when you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you increase your state. And with this increase, again, the repressed unconscious emotions that you have in your body, they will come up. So when you start doubting yourself, when you start feeling fear, when you start feeling frustration, skepticism, and like you feel not motivated, all of this is part of the whole process. Because in this second stage, you're transitioning. Again, like Neville Goddard in his books and in his lectures, he says that the whole life, our life, is a psychological journey. So whenever we like fulfill a goal, what happens really is that we actually transition from one state of mind to another state of mind. And of course, our physical reflection, the physical reflection of our life also shifts. This is the transition, but the transition ultimately, at first, it happens in our minds. So it's so normal and natural for your repressed feelings to come up so that you can see them and you can let them go. So next time you feel frustrated or skeptical or afraid or anxious about your manifestation, well, just remind yourself, anytime you experience those states, just remind yourself that, okay, I am now becoming aware of those restricted and anxious states of being because they are coming up as an effect of my heightened state of being already working. They are coming up so that they can clear up space for this new feeling of my wish fulfilled to be present in my body. So there are two keys you need to remember in this stage ultimately. It's all about, in this stage, it's all about maintaining the ideal of the feeling of your wish already being fulfilled. What is the ideal? Well, the ideal are, let's say, some of the belief systems that you know would be true when your manifestation would be realized. So anytime your repressed negative feelings start coming up, doubts and anxiety and things like that, when they start coming up, it is your responsibility to remind yourself that first, they're coming up as a natural response to you assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So this means that it is working, it's a good thing, and you should be happy about feeling bad. So if you allow yourself to feel good about feeling bad, then you go through this second stage effectively. And it's like, how you do that? Well, you do that by abandoning the negative feelings, completely abandoning them. So they're already there, you should validate them, you shouldn't fight with them, like you shouldn't try to, in a way, fight with your negative thoughts and try to like remove them out of awareness because they're already there. But instead of fighting them, because if you fight them, you believe them to be true. But if you stop fighting them and just abandon them, what does it mean to abandon your negative feelings and negative thoughts? Well, it means just to, if your awareness was focused on them, on the negative thoughts and negative feelings, in your journey towards your manifestation, what you do is you just get your awareness back to its center. You become present again. I am that I am. I know myself that I am. I am present, I am here, I am now, I am conscious. So you get your awareness back to your center of consciousness, and from there, you go again to the first stage. How would I feel if what I desired was already being the case? So you maintain the ideal of the feeling of your wish already being fulfilled. And this is the everyday journey. Like the second stage is the journey you need to pass through. So that's why you abandon your doubts and frustrations. They're there, you don't fight them. It's just that you don't give them your awareness. You take your awareness from them by reminding yourself, it's okay for me to feel doubt and frustration and anxiety because this means that the law of assumption is working. It's like they're coming up so that I can let them go and I can clear up space for the feeling of my wish fulfilled to be present in my body. And if you just remind yourself of this, the next time you feel doubt, anxiety, uncertainty and things like that, well, it will move so much faster. It will just release. And it's okay in this stage also to, if you feel like you want to cry your negative feelings out, or if you want to meditate or do something, yeah, allow yourself to do it. If you want to like go for a walk or go for a run just to get off this negative energy from your body, move it away, it's okay to do that, because again, it's like you're abandoning those states. The idea is not to fight them, but to abandon them. And if you abandon something, you just let it be there, but don't focus your awareness on it anymore. So it is there, okay, part of me feels bad, feels negative, feels anxious, but I don't care about it. It's like I know it to be there, and I know those feelings come up as a response to the law of assumption working efficiently. So I'll just let them be there and move my awareness to the feeling of my wish fulfilled. And here you can also, in this second stage, it's also really useful if you're able to create a story in your mind. Like if you're able to create a story of the journey you go through until you manifest what you want, because this story will make the whole feeling of your wish fulfilled more real, more tangible. And if you want to see how to do that, there are like 2 videos you can watch. First of them is maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled. I will attach it here, and the other one I will attach at the end screen if you wanna see it. It's the one core principle behind the wall of assumption. Both of them will help you like get deeper into this concept and like create stories with which you can, on this second stage, maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So again, everything you need to know on this second stage is that it is okay, my friend. It is okay to feel negative, to feel anxious, to feel skeptical. This is part of the whole journey, because the wall of assumption works based on faith. And it's like you need to have faith in this feeling of your wish fulfilled. You always have the freedom to choose how you want to feel. And if you just move your awareness to the feeling of your wish fulfilled, to excitement, to satisfaction, to joy, well, even if you don't really feel those feelings right now because there are negative feelings that are standing in the way, if you focus your awareness there for long enough, you naturally abandon the negative feelings. They'll clear this space up. It's almost like throwing the trash out, you know? It's like, if it is full and it's time to throw it out, well, of course you go and throw it out. This is what you do by abandoning the negative feelings, like the feelings of anxiety, insecurity, so on and so forth. You just take them out of your awareness so that there is empty space. The same way as you would empty a trash bin. You just take out the trash, leave it where it belongs, and let there be empty space. And in this empty space, you fill this empty space, again, with the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So you maintain that ideal, you maintain it through your everyday life. And this naturally gets you into the third stage, which is actually where the realization of your wish happens. So again, this journey, these 3 stages are just so that you become more comfortable through the process. And it's like, I am a student of this information also. I cannot say for myself that I am a teacher, because I am also integrating all this information in my life. And again, Neville says that what do you have to do between assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and its realization? And he says, nothing. There is nothing to be done. It's illusory. Like it's an illusion of free will. Nothing is to be done. All the actions that you need to do, all the other things that people need to do to help the realization of your wish, they're already included in the feeling. So it's only about maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled. And in this third stage, it's all about integration. What does integration mean? So it's integration, embodiment, and being. Again, the purpose here is to go from thinking to feeling to being. So again, the first part is thinking so that you can create a feeling. The second part is so that you can transition from the negative state to the positive state, and you can maintain this positive state. And the third stage, the third part, it's all about being this state. So if you maintain the state of your wish already being fulfilled for long enough, it starts driving your actions, it starts driving all your thoughts, it starts becoming a whole, like one whole thing. And it's like, in this third stage, if there were something that you needed to do so that you can make this more practical, this abstract concept more practical, it's all about following the inspired, intuitive actions that are coming from the feeling of your wish already being fulfilled. So again, it's like the actions that you would feel inspired to do, they're already contained within the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So the more you can maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the more you will find yourself naturally acting upon your desire. So it's like, and it wouldn't require strategy, it wouldn't require yourself, you wouldn't need to force yourself. It's so natural. It's almost like you generate so much of this feeling in your body that it wants to release, it wants to go out. And how it goes out? Well, it goes out by action, you go and do something that is in alignment with the feeling of your wish already being fulfilled. And this is how in the physical world, in the 3D physical world, you do some actions, other people do some actions, and like all of the things that need to be done happen naturally, automatically. They're part of the feeling. And so in this stage, you find yourself automatically acting from the feeling of your wish fulfilled, so that you do all the required action. They're not really required. So we can put required in siphons. I think it was siphons, this word in English. So yeah, it's like there is nothing you need to do, but you find yourself automatically and naturally doing things that are coming from the feeling of your wish fulfilled. And when you find yourself automatically doing things that are in alignment with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, here you also have to let go of all pride and see how your wish fulfilled benefit others. Because if you were to have pride, well, this pride, it would restrict you from manifesting your next wish. So it's like, it doesn't help you. It's okay to have your success stories and to share them with others, but with the intention to benefit others. So it's like, if you're using the wall of assumption and if you want to live your life by this wall, this means that you also use this wall for other people. And this is what I share in this other video, how to maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So if you have close friends and family members for whom you know what are their dreams in life, well, you apply the wall of assumption for their life. Why you do that? Because if you apply the wall of assumption for their life, you don't have to become prideful because you have found it to be real. It's like you already accept it as being real, and since you accept it to be real, you apply it also not only to your life but to your close ones' lives. And you imagine them in the light of their dreams already being fulfilled. And this is the way you can let go of all the pride that will naturally come up once you start proving to yourself that these concepts actually work and there's something real. So, and again, like, you use the wall of assumption to see how others benefit from it. And you can also, in your imagination, your imaginal acts in the first phase, in the first stage here, it's useful to see how your wish already being fulfilled benefits others. So if you can imagine a story or a scenario in which your wish benefits the other people who are part of that wish being realized, and you can imagine what is the part of their story that they will play out in your wish being realized, and how that would benefit their desires and dreams, this will help you again maintain this feeling. And you'll find yourself again naturally inspired to act. But these intuitive, inspired acts, they wouldn't be forceful. They will be as a natural consequence of you maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So this was everything I wanted to share, my friend. And as you can see right now, basically the most important thing you can get out of this video is that it's okay to feel frustrated, doubtful, skeptical, anxious, insecure when you're working with this information. Because again, those feelings come up so that you can abandon them. Validate them, see them that they're there, allow yourself to feel them, but move your focus to the feeling of your wish already being fulfilled. And you can only do that if you allow yourself to feel all those negative feelings that come up. Because if you're to fight them, you believe they're real. And if they're real, you cannot move your awareness from them. You need to fight them, you're stuck there. But if you just let them be and let them go, you can just focus your awareness on your wish already being fulfilled. So this was everything, my friend. Hope you found this video to be useful. And if you apply this, like if you understand this mechanism first, and I hope you understand it already, and apply it, like apply what I shared with you, then you will manifest faster than ever. Like this is the purpose here. Because the more you understand this principle, the more you understand the wall of assumption, the easier you will manifest. And again, this is the intention of this channel, partly. So most of the videos you'll find there will all be related to the wall of assumption, also to relationships, to letting go, to masculine and feminine polarity, which are some topics that I will talk about in the future. But if you find this interesting, like if you find manifestation and law of assumption interesting and Neville Goddard's teaching interesting, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I would love to see you in the other videos. This was everything from me for now. Thank you so much for watching again. Comment down below if you want to share something or ask a question, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, and I love you.